Good morning, Storytime friends. I'm so glad that all of you could join me here for Charlestown Library's regular Monday morning story time. So let's get started with our Let's Take a Break rhyme. Are you ready? Join with me if you know it. Let's take a break from our shake, and I'll wave hello to you. I'm gonna miss your kiss, but my smile will still shine through. We've got to shrug instead of hug. Still I send my love so true. Love to all of our Storytime listeners out there. I hope that you've taken this opportunity to share this broadcast with all of your Facebook friends. We'd like to have more people join us. Now, if we will all take a seat, we're going to sing the Storytime song, and then we'll get started with our books about wizards. Here we go. Story time, gather round. We find us here in a cozy nook. We open the pages and take a look, 'cause you never know what you'll find in a book at story time. All right, thank you all for clapping along with me. I love it when you join in. All right, as I said today, all of our stories are about wizards. And we're going to start off with a book by John O'Brien, and it's called Poof. Is that what happens when a wizard casts a spell? Yes, poof. All right. All I see here is a duck, and it says quack, quack. Poof by John O'Brien. The wizard and his wife sat napping in the parlor. They sat and napped some more, when suddenly, wah, it's the baby. Wah! It's your turn to change the baby, said the wizard's wife. Yes, my dear, said the wizard with a wave of his wand. Wah! But, poof! He cast a spell on the baby. It's your turn to feed the cat. Meow. We're certainly right about that, dearest one, said the wizard's wife. But, and she waved her wand over the cat, and poof! It's your turn to walk the dog, she said. Yip. I would, my little honey bunch, said the wizard as he waved his wand out the window, but poof! You wouldn't want me to walk the dog in the pouring rain, would you? Yip. And why not? Said the wizard's wife. For isn't it true? Poof! That ducks like to get wet? Quack. Oh, so right you are, my precious, said the wizard as he waved his wand upward. But poof! Without a roof, there's plenty of rain for our duck right here inside. Quack! Oh, but Lovey Pooh, my clothes are getting soaked, said the wizard's wife. And so are mine, sweetie pie, said the wizard. Quack, says the duck. They sat and got wet, and they sat and got wetter until the wizard's wife said, let's not sit here in wet clothes. Let's change into something more comfortable. Quack. So the wizard stood up and waved his wand, and the wizard's wife stood up and waved her wand. Quack! Poof, poof. What do you think happened, boys and girls? And the three lived quackily ever after. Quack, quack, quack. Oh my goodness. You know what? They were some very lazy wizards, weren't they? They didn't want to change the baby or feed the cat or walk the dog. They just turned everything into ducks so they could just waddle around in the rain. Oh my, I hope not all wizards are that lazy. I've got another book for you called The Wizard Mouse. Do you see him right up here? The Wizard Mouse. Now, who do you think this gentleman is that he's meeting with? Could that be the head wizard? I think so. This is by Dean Morrissey. He looks like a kindly wizard, doesn't he? We shall see what happens with the Wizard Mouse. Rolly looked around quickly and then began climbing the fence post, making his way upward to the top. He could see the village of Mudmore, the castle, and past the land that stretched out to the sea. This dreamlike world called to him. But like his father and grandfather before him, Rolly was a field mouse. A mouse need never look beyond the field for his happiness, Rolly's father would say. But looking beyond the field was exactly what made Rolly happy. There's no corn to load up there, his field boss barked. Rolly lost his balance and came crashing through the corn stalks, spilling his sack of corn and landing at his boss's feet. And everyone laughed. That's it, said Rolly. I quit. Quit? But you're a field mouse. This is your place. He thinks he's better than us, yelled another mouse. Rolly said nothing and walked away from the only life he had ever known. Early the next morning, Rolly was off and walking along the long crooked road that led to the kingdom of Mudmore. Now, a mile to a mouse is a much longer walk than a mile is to a person. So after walking 100 yards, Rolly stopped to take a rest. It was a long time until he came to open fields that gave way to the forest. At the forest edge, Rolly saw an apple tree bent under the weight of one gigantic apple. Rolly smiled. He knew that he was a long way from the cornfield. As darkness grew, he decided to stop for the night. He got under his blanket, ate some of his dried corn with a little bit of cheese, and he fell asleep. After a good night's sleep, Rolly rose and walked all the next day. And late in the afternoon, he came to a beautiful tower bending upward into the sky. A wooden sign hung above the door. Wizard was all it said. The two large cows were floating in the air above a clearing. What could this be? Rolly's curiosity was bubbling over, so he decided to slip in through the tower door and see what he could find out. Huffing and puffing, after climbing the long winding staircase, Rolly spotted the wizard seated at a round table, reading a very large book. Just then, the wizard stopped reading and looked around as if he heard something. Rolly froze. The wizard walked right up to the peephole, closed one eye, and peered in. Hello in there, my little friend, said the wizard. Come on out where I can see you now. Don't be shy. My name is Solaris. Reluctantly, the mouse came out from the hole. I'm, Rolly the mouse. How did you know I was Oh, don't feel bad. You were very quiet, replied the old man. But after all, I am a wizard, and a good one. Or at least I used to be. He shook his head. Come into the library. I'm very glad to have a guest. The mouse and the wizard talked long into the night. Rolly told of his journey and of his life in the fields. The wizard spoke of his 200 or so years as the Wizard of Mudmore. He told the mouse of a recent battle of wits with a dark magician for control of the kingdom of Mudmore. Solaris had defeated the dark magician, but now he had no magical abilities left. If word got out of my weakened state, said the worried wizard, Mudmore could be attacked. And I must admit, the wizard continued, my memory for spells isn't quite what it used to be. I've got hundreds of them here in my books. Why, just today I tried enchanting 2 cows who weren't giving any milk, and poof, they vanished, and I haven't seen them since. Oh, I saw them, replied Rolly. They were floating above the fields just outside. Well, yes, said the wizard. Now you see what I mean. Perhaps I can help you, said Rolly. In exchange for your kindness in letting me stay in your tower, maybe I could memorize your spells for you. Then, if you forgot a spell, I could simply run up and whisper it in your ear. The wizard laughed. I suppose there's no harm in trying. Okay, Mouse, you may help yourself to my spell books. I shall see you in the morning. Good night, sir, said Rolly. You won't be sorry. That night, Rolly read all the wizard's spell books and journals. He was yawning and about to stop when he picked up a leather book which told of ancient spells. One was of a magical fish. And the book claimed that a person who ate the fish would be given great magical power and wisdom. That's it, said Rolly. I'll catch the magic fish tomorrow, cook it for the wizard, and restore his powers. Do you see the picture of the fish, boys and girls? Yeah. In the morning, Rolly headed to the small pond outside the cottage with a pole in his hand. Soon a very large and splendid fish rose from the water. You didn't really think you'd catch me with that with that hook and cheese trick, did you? Said the fish. I was trying to help my friend the wizard, Rolly blurted out. He lost his power, and the book said if he ate you, he'd get it back, and that could save the kingdom, and— all right, calm down, Mouse, replied the fish. These old books are very colorful, but your friend the wizard needs only to touch me to receive my magic. So let's get rid of the part where he eats me, okay? Oh, sure, said Rolly. Very well then, said the magic fish. Take me to him. Mudmore must be saved. The mouse headed back to the wizard's cottage with the magic fish swimming happily through the air behind him. We're almost there, said Rolly. Solaris is going to be surprised to see you. And just then, a crashing sound up in the trees startled them both. First, a great golden star fell to earth and dug into the ground. Then another, and finally a great metal dish with the face of the moon banged and cracked its way through the trees, and then all was quiet. We'd better hurry, said the mouse. I'm afraid the wizard is trying to fix something. When Rolly and the fish reached the cottage, they found the wizard scratching his head. A broken star sat in a vise on the workbench. Oh, what was that spell for enchanting stars? He said in frustration. Wizard, I brought someone for you to meet, Rolly began. He's a magic fish, and he's here to help us. Solaris, the wizard, meet, the fish. Lear's the name. I'm the legendary magic salmon, said the fish. I've come to restore your magic. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but if you would just touch him on his back like this, said the mouse, you won't regret it. Oh, very well, said the wizard. Rolly watched him touch his long finger to the fish, and immediately a flash of electricity coursed through the old fellow. He seemed to glow from within. No one shall know that we met, said Lear the fish. The wizard wanted to thank the magic fish, but before he could, the magic fish vanished. The wizard's eyes were wide. He smiled and touched his face. I haven't felt like this in years, Mouse, said the wizard. Why, if I don't enchant something soon, I know I'm going to burst. So he ran to his workshop with Rolly at his heels and raised his arms. Constellatio, he commanded the star. Nothing. The mouse ran up the wizard's robe and whispered the spell he'd memorized from the book. Oh, yes, of course, continued the wizard. Illuminus Stratospherius. And suddenly, moon and stars floated toward the window and into the sky. My magic has been restored, announced the wizard. And then he turned to Rolly with a smile. Apparently not my memory, though, eh? Thank you, my little friend, said Solaris. Because of you, the Wizard of Mudmore has been restored. And with a proper wizard, the kingdom of Mudmore is safe. The people and all the animals have you to thank, including those field mice who doubted you. Rolly was speechless. You know, Mouse, you touched the fish also, which means you now have the power of magic. That, along with your good stout heart, makes you a very powerful little fellow. I hope you'll stay. You can learn from me and help me with such things as, well, my memory. I would be proud to appoint you to the position of Wizard Mouse, top mouse of the kingdom. What do you say? Rolly took a deep breath. Yes, yes, I will. And so it was decreed in the village square of Mudmore that Rolly the mouse was henceforth to be known to all creatures of the kingdom as Rolly the wizard mouse, official wizard mouse of the kingdom of Mudmore, in charge of all wizardly dealings with mice of the kingdom, including all the field mice, and the special consultant to Solaris, the wizard of Mudmore. Well, my young wizard mouse, said Solaris, with so many things to do, where do you think we ought to begin? Well, said Rolly, we might want to do something about those floating cows. That's a very good place to begin, isn't it? Putting everything right that's gone wrong in the kingdom. I love this little story. This little mouse decided to leave behind all he'd ever known because he knew that his destiny was far away in the kingdom. And he was very kindly. He helped the wizard. And in return, he became the wizard mouse. That's wizardry used in a good way, isn't it? He was almost like a hero to the kingdom, I think, because by helping the wizard, he made them all safe. This is a great time to sing our superhero song. Boys and girls, pretend like you're washing your hands. Here we go. Do like superheroes do to battle virus, cold, and flu. They scrub their hands so clean to remove the grime and goo. Now you're a hero too, 'cause you know what to do. Just keep scrubbing as you're singing, then you'll know that you're through. All right, that's how we can all be magical, isn't it? By keeping our hands clean. All right, our next book is really a poem by Jack Prelutsky. It's called The Wizard. Oh, I don't think this wizard uses his magic for good. Here's a typical neighborhood, except for one house. Which house do you think is the wizard's house? Is it this one? How about this one? Is it this one at the end of the drive with all the dead trees? Yes, I'm afraid it is. The wizard, watchful, waits alone within his tower of old gray stone, and ponders in his wicked way what evil deeds he'll do today. He's tall and thin with wrinkled skin, a tangled beard hangs from his chin. His cheeks are gaunt, his eyes set deep. He scarcely eats, he needs no sleep. He spies a bullfrog by the door, and stooping, scoops it up off the floor. He flicks his wand, and the frogs flee through his elemental sorcery. So he's turned the frog into a flea. The flea hops once, the flea hops twice. The flea becomes a pair of mice that dive into the bubbling brew, emerging as one cockatoo. That's a colorful bird, isn't it? The wizard laughs a hollow laugh, the soaking birds reduced by half. And when perplexed, it starts to squawk, the wizard turns it into chalk. Colorful chalk, just like the colorful bird. Gribba, groba, gruba, groo, peedle, deedle, queedle, quoo, with which he deftly writes a spell. So he's using the bird chalk to write his spell. That makes the chalk a silver bell, which tinkles in the ashen air till flash, a fire burns brightly there. He gestures with an ancient knack to try to bring the bullfrog back. Another flash, no flame now burns, as once again the frog returns. But when it bounds about in fear, the wizard shouts, "Be gone from here!" And midway through a frightened croak, it vanishes in clouds of smoke. Can you still see him, boys and girls? I do see a cloud that looks like a frog. The wizard smirks a fiendish smirk, reflecting on the woes he'll work, as he consults a dusty text and checks which hex he'll conjure next. So he has spell books just like the good wizard, doesn't he? He may pluck someone off the spot and turn him into who knows what. Should you encounter a toad or lizard, look closely. It may be the work of the wizard. Somebody got turned into a chameleon, didn't they? Yeah, I'm glad to know that the good wizards way outweigh the bad wizards. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you how you can be a wizard. This next book is called Word Wizard by Catherine Falwell. Did you know that you could be a wizard? I bet you can. What do we see here? We see a wizard's hat, just like the one I'm wearing, right? And it looks like a box of cereal. Wonder how cereal plays into this. Early one morning, Anna was eating breakfast. She dipped her spoon into the bowl, the cereal letters spelled D-A-W-N, dawn. Anna watched the letters float around in the spool, and now they spell W-A-N-D, wand. That's magic, said Anna, finishing her breakfast. See how the letters floated around in the spoon? They changed order and they became a whole new word. And with the magic spoon for a wand, Anna became a word wizard. Anna began to change all kinds of words. She changed pat, P-A-T, into tap, T-A-P, and flea turned into leaf, and star turned into arts. Gum became mug. Using the very same letters, she just rearranged them. A small sad boy appeared next to her. "Hi, I'm Anna," she told him, "and I'm a word wizard." "I'm Zach," said the boy, "and I'm lost." "I'll help you," said Anna. With a wave of her wand, Zach's tears, along with the M that still was in her spoon, changed into a gentle stream. So tears plus M became stream. The stream flowed into a wave-tossed ocean. "Oh, this won't do," said Anna, and she arranged ocean into canoe. Look at that. Then she and Zach paddled peacefully to shore in their canoe. A quick wave of her spoon turned shore into, do you know that word? Horse. There he is. Shore turned into horse. "I'm tired and hungry," cried Zach, following in Anna's tracks. "Watch," said Anna, as she changed track into cart. She gave Zach the leftover K to munch on. So she took out the K and turned track into cart. He's munching on the K. Suddenly a beast appeared, and Zach's sword was no match. Anna grabbed the K just in time and turned beast into basket. There he is. He can't do any harm that way, can he? So you see how beast, she ranges the letters, and K stuck in the middle becomes basket. "That was close," said Anna as they rode away. But the road was blocked by a large stone. "Time for a little music," said Anna, and stone became notes. So she's turning the rock, the stone, into music, the notes. They began to sing along with the music. With Zach's help, Anna changed sing to wings. So she rearranged the letters, and what did Zach add? He added a W. I think he made that from folding one of the notes. What do you think? That's right. So they changed sing to wings, and away they flew. "I'm still hungry," said Jack. Sour lemons grew below. I don't like to eat lemons. So, of course, Anna changed lemons into melons. Yum, said Zach, wiping the juice from his chin. And he looked around and he said, "I'm home." "Goodbye, Zach," said Anna. "But wait," said Zach, "what if I get lost again?" "Oh, you'll be able to help yourself," said Anna. She waved her wand and changed Zach's sword into words. Sword changed into words. Oh my goodness. So now Zach can help himself, can he? Are you going to try practicing to be a word wizard? I hope you'll do that. What they say, when you take the letters of one word and you rearrange them and make another word, that's called an anagram. And one of the suggestions that they have in this book is that you ask your mother for an old magazine or an old newspaper or something that she's not using anymore, and you can cut out letters like this. And you can put them on a little piece of cardstock or index card or something, and then you can practice switching the letters around and making new words. I hope you'll try that at home. All right. In fact, let's do the ABC song now. Are you ready to sing with me? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? Very good. Now, our last little book is called Wizard and Wart. Here's Wizard and here's his dog, Wart. Let's see what they've got cooking up. Wizard and Wart. Moving in. The wizard moved into his new home with Zounds, his bird, and Wart, his dog. We have lots of room, said the wizard. We can do hocus in the front and pocus in the back, and then take naps in the middle, said Wart. Wizard put out his sign. Just watch, Wart, he said. People with problems will zoom to our door. They waited all morning, but nobody zoomed. Maybe we need a new sign, Wizard said. Maybe, said Wart. Now it says, Wizard and Wart now open, we fix problems. They waited all afternoon, but nobody came. Now, Wart said, we are the ones with problems. A curse and worse, Wizard said. I'm an out-of-work wizard. And I'm an out-of-work Wart, said Wart. That night, Wizard stayed up and read Great Uncle Gizzard's books. Now, he said, I know just what to do. A spiffy spell, said Wart. A new brew? Nope, Wizard said with a yawn. We need to advertise. The next day, Wizard was busy with his kettle. It smells great to advertise, Wart said. Wart, that is how stew smells. We will advertise tonight, but now I'm hungry for stew. Oh, that's even better, said Wart. They ate their stew and waited for nighttime. Wizard told Wart some wizard jokes. Wart told Wizard some Wart jokes. Okay, Wizard said, now it's time to advertise. Wizard and Wart now opening. We fix problems. That should do it, Wizard told Wart. What does that look like, boys and girls? Does that look like something we saw this weekend? It looks like fireworks, doesn't it? Wizard and Wart fireworks. The next chapter is called The Snake. Early the next morning, there was a knock at the door. Wart opened it and looked high, and he looked low, and then lower. There was a snake. My name is Floyd, he said. Slither on in, said Wart. Slime into a chair. You are our first client, said Wizard. Tell me your troubles. I'm a snake, Floyd said. Oh, you hate being a snake, said Wizard. Who could blame you? I like being a snake, said Floyd. But I'm in love with a rabbit. I want you to turn her into a snake. Well, that's a rotten idea, said the Wizard. It's a great idea, said Floyd. She would make a great snake. I can see it in her eyes. Sounds risky, said Wizard. It is true love, said Floyd. Wizard looked worried. But he hocused and he pocused. 2 toad rumps and a kangaroo, he sang. All will make a tasty stew. Good grief, Wart said, and he turned green. That should do the trick, said Wizard. Thanks, Floyd said. You won't be sorry. I think I'm going to be sorry, said the Wizard. I'm already sorry, said Wart. The rabbit. Early next morning, there was a knock at the door. Knock, knock. Wart looked high, then he looked low, then he looked lower. You again, he said. Who again? Said the snake. Are you a new you? Said Wart. Yesterday, said the snake sadly, I was a cute rabbit named Wanda, and then the farmer started yelling, Snake, snake! I hate snakes. I tried to run, but I could only slither. Tragic magic, said Wizard. It got worse, said Wanda. Last night, a snake named Floyd brought me a rose. He said it was true love. Well, that's what he told us, Wart said. Yuck, said Wanda. Floyd said you changed me into a snake, Wanda said. So you can just change me back into a rabbit again. I don't know, said the Wizard. Now, said Wanda. Wizard hocused and pocused, and he hopped and hopped. Anything else? Wizard asked. As a matter of fact, Wanda said, I'm in love. Yikes, said Wart. He's a cat now, but he would make a great rabbit. I can see it in his eyes. That is a bad idea, said the Wizard. It is a great idea, said Wanda. Besides, you owe me. I could make you a cat instead, Wizard said. I have already been a snake today, yelled Wanda. Right, said the Wizard. Double yikes, said Wart. A snake and 2 rabbits. Early the next morning, there was a knock at the door. I'm not going to open it, said Wart. Open it, said the Wizard. Wizard looked high. There was a tall rabbit. He looked low. There was Wanda. There was Wanda. It's a hair pear, Wart said. And then he looked lower, and there was a snake. Not funny, said Floyd. That's enough, said the Wizard. Even a wizard has his limits. So does a wart, said Wart. They all came in and started yelling. Wizard hocused and pocused. He fussed in fumes. And suddenly 3 warthogs stood where the other animals had been. The tall warthog looked at Wanda. You are the warthog of my heart, he said. Cut it out, yelled Floyd. I saw her first. Wizard hocused a little extra, and there was another knock at the door. A new warthog stood there. I was just passing by, she said to Wart, and I felt this urge to drop in. Oh, warthog of my heart, said Floyd. All the warthogs looked happy and in love. You could see it in their eyes. Good grief, Wart said as he pushed them out the door. Alas, goodbye and good luck. See you next time, he told the Wizard. Choose something besides warthogs, though, because no animal named Wart should be that ugly. Then they looked out the door. It pays to advertise, said Wart. Look at that line, and first in line was a snake. Wizard shut the door quickly. We worked hard, he told Wart. Now it's time for a vacation. Are we going to the mountains? Wart asked. No, said the Wizard, the beach, where there are no snakes. Vamoose, Wizard yelled. That's a magic word when you need to hurry. There was a knock at the door, but it was too late. Wizard and Wart were already gone. Oh my. First they had no business, then they had too much business. I think Wizard and Wart need to rethink their business plan. All right, that's all the stories we have for today. So can we sing our goodbye songs? Cowboys and cowgirls, here we go. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yeah! Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yeah! Oh, it's time to say goodbye, so give a smile and wink an eye. It's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yeah! And our last one is the animal goodbye. But before that, remember to tune in tomorrow at 10:30 for Mr. Tim's Adventure Story Time. All right? Here we go with the animal goodbye. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Bye bye, storytime friends, and I will see you on Thursday.